And of course, when you come out, there is Stefan and Charlie.
I'll be like, sorry, there wasn't enough tea for you guys.
Charlie sort of nods a little bit and says, makes me wonder if the doctor puts a little something in that tea, to make you spill the beans more.
He wouldn't do that.
I don't know. It's normally the ones that you expect the least about these kind of things. Yeah, I heard a rumor that Dr. Janice, that she's some sort of, international spy.
Shut your damn mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Stefan says, sheesh, nice to know that you're going to miss us too.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss all the little presents you leave in my back pocket. You know I'm gluten-free, he says to you. Yeah, Charlie says, man, don't mind him any. He's leaving anyway. We're not going to see his mug, at least not for a while. Although, we are placing some bets to see how long it'll take before they throw you back in here again. I think I'll give you not even a week. You'll see us again. Do you respond anyway, or you just... No? Okay. They'll be taking you, and then, they'll go through the whole process of stamping you out, whatever. Your jumpsuit will be returned. They'll give back the clothes that you were arrested in, basically.
Oh, I had a bunch of gear. Do I get my gear back as well?
You do get your gear back. It is part of the program to put in that trust, that honor system trust, semi-honor system trust. And yes, earlier that morning, they did go through the process of injecting you with this weird-looking solution. It sort of had a little strange glow to it, almost like semi-phosphorescent glow to it. And when it gets injected into you, it sort of tingles a little bit, and you can
do my best to investigate and remember as much as I can about the injection.
Sure. Yeah, the sensation, it doesn't feel uncomfortable or painful. It's just, ooh, what is that? Interesting. Yeah. And it just sort of goes through up and through your body, and it just almost very mild, that feeling of prickly feeling that you sometimes feel, but it's a very muted version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
pre-workout.
Yeah, something like that. So, but eventually, it's not that it subsides. It's more that you get used to it and accustomed to it. So it's there, but you just probably don't pay attention to it by the end of the day, essentially. And yeah, they will take you out. You might even see Dr. Kemper, maybe there's some window blinds, and he opens the window blinds, and he's just kind of watching as you go across the walkway, and your ride is there. It's actually Gabriel Stoll is your ride. Hey. So let's flash back just a month earlier, a month before that, and I almost can promise is the last time jump we're going to do for a little while. So Gabe, you're going to be at home actually, and your phone's going to ring, and you recognize that it is your CEO, Madam Magus.
Hello.
Yes. Is this Gabriel Stoll?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Mr. Stoll, I'm so glad I reached you. This is not a bad time, is it?
No, it's not.
So, Mr. Stoll, I first wanted to, again, thank you so much for taking a part of this very important quality assurance testing team. There's one slight little detail that I forgot to mention to you.
Alright.
So, we were trying to get funding to be able to get Mr. Oz his own place of residence, but unfortunately we couldn't quite pull enough strings. So at least for the time being, we have decided that Mr. at least for the immediate future, would be staying as your roommate at your house.
There's just a pause, and he's like,
That won't be a problem, will it?
I mean, no.
We can add a bit of a bonus to your next paycheck if that helps sweeten the pot.
That would be nice. I was thinking about calling my kids, but I'll and see if they can come over.
Oh, your kids will be fine. They're nowhere near as old as his MO.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right.
wouldn't necessarily expect him to be being a major role model for them, though.
I mean, they're 17, so I think they know that they know that.
Oh, 17, so they're only actually about a year younger than him.
Oh. All right. And he kind of just goes, yeah, fine. How long do you expect he's gonna stay? I'm sure, what, like a week?
Well, if hopefully it'll only be maybe for a month, maybe. It really depends. We're still trying to figure out all of the details, but I assure you though that we will be adding funds to your paycheck in order to help pay for his food. We do, however, encourage him to find a job though, so that he eventually can maybe find a place of his own, which we can, again, try to assist him with, but at least to put food on the table and clothes on his back.
Yeah. And the raise would be nice too. Yeah.
Good, he says. Well, we appreciate your continual loyalty to the company. I'm sure that your father would be proud.
Yeah, you would. And I imagine that's when we hang up.
Yeah.
And after he hangs up, he looks up and he goes, I thought I was supposed to have a guardian angel. Where are you?
So, just to paint what's happening today, fast forward back to here with you picking Kate up. So, the next day after this, the day after this is going to be the first day of the convention, of the VITA convention. And so, I think that your manager, not Madame Magus, your manager recommended, maybe you should bring Cade to this convention so that he can, be more assimilated with that culture. That might help with him being, participating in this group. So
I'm gonna take him to my house, and tomorrow I'm gonna bring him with me.
At least, yeah, that's the plan.
All right.
So, yeah, you've got, you're out. I would say you're outside by your car. It's probably a nice car. You probably have you're pretty well off. Gabe.
Yeah,
and your house is not small, so it's not like having another roommate is going to be space wise.
Yeah. I paid for just a regular house, but a regular house. It like the next step up was like warehouse, so I imagine it's a regular house, but like generally big, like probably maybe like a 3-story kind of house.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's definitely like room for him.
Yeah.
And is it safe to say that your car is at least nice?
Yeah,
Nicer?
I would say it's nice. It's not like a sports car. Like he's not sure.
Sure.
Like it's a nice, like regular kind of car. He doesn't like
Sure.
to drive up in.
Okay.
Especially not up to a prison in that kind of
Sure.
car.
Cade, you're not told where you were staying. You weren't even told who was picking you up, but you do recognize Gabe when you.
Are you just staying in the driver's seat as I walk up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just open up the shotgun door and sit right by him. What's that, boss man?
Hey, I got donuts. Do you like donuts?
I'll like impolitely put my feet up on your dash.
Oh,
I'll take a donut.
all right.
Oh my god. You wouldn't believe how good this tastes after the crap they fed me in there.
Oh yeah. Seatbelts.
Genesis tea, that was better.
Remember seatbelts?
Oh, do I have to?
Yes.
It's
How terrible would it be if Cade's back in jail for not not having a seatbelt on? How awful would that be?
The kidder ticket. Come on.
That's why he did get his driver's license.
So
I think Charlie plays. Was it Charlie who would win then? Less than a week, I think, or was it Stefan who would win the bet? Okay.
so yeah, I'm kind of like, it's not that I'm like, Gabe is nervous, but not like in like what you call it, like a very like he's trying, but you can tell he's trying to do conversations, but he's just like, hey, so how things go? And like this is obviously a situation he doesn't want to be in, but he's at least making the most out of it.
You're like trying to talk to him, and
Yeah.
Cade's turning the music dial, again without asking, totally impolite, trying to find some good music, which he chooses like some screamo stuff.
And eventually you get to his house. And now the thing when he takes you to something you notice is that, so I paid for this with a PowerPoint. He has a laboratory and a workshop. So I picture that is that most of his house is a combination of like a tech workshop, but also a magic workshop, like an artifice place. Oof. And only one floor is meant for like residential, and everything else is like computers and workshops and stuff.
This is where you live?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! How rich are you?
I mean, I've been working on one of the most popular games for 17 years.
I'm staying here.
For the time being, yes.
You have servants?
Oh no. I'm the only one that takes care of this place.
It's huge.
Well, I mean, I remember where everything is, so it doesn't need to be cleaned up.
How does one person lives in this? I could fit like 600 people in this. Where I'm from, this is ridiculous.
That's true, but I have to have a lot of my equipment here. Yeah. I build VR rigs right here.
Sure. So which floor is mine?
Well, there's only 3 floors. He goes, that room particularly is yours, and he kind of points to the room that's kind of further. And there's like, basically, there's the master bedroom, which is probably his, yours, and then the far side is like 2 other like massive bedrooms.
Okay. Hey, I need to go grocery shopping. So like, you covering my money? Like, how exactly is this working?
How about this? You tell me what you need, and I'll get it, because they gave me money to cover this for now.
So I'm going to tell him all the things in the recipe that Janice gave me, but I'm going to mix in a bunch of other stuff.
Sure.
So he doesn't know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. No problem. Like I said, like I don't like to drink, so there's not really alcohol in here, but I do like very high end sodas, so you can drink whatever in that room right there.
Sure. Well, thank you, boss.
No problem.
I will say that with Cade having his equipment back, he does have this cloak that really blends into urban environments. He's already the type of person that you would just kind of glance over, but this particular outfit of his that kind of covers the rest of him makes him fade into the background even more. So like, unless you're really paying attention to him, your eyes will just cross over him.
Yeah. Also, tomorrow, how do you feel about coming to a convention?
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Right,
what kind of convention?
It's a game convention, and the company is holding it.
Okay. DM, I would like to reverse pickpocket a bug onto Boss Man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you just taking 20, or did you want to roll?
I'll take 20.
Okay. Does that mean that
I have to roll against? I think I have to roll with perception.
That's right.
Yeah, and you don't know it's happening necessarily, so
it's gonna be a lot higher.
Yeah.
Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Oh, probably not. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm attaching both a mini tracker and an audio recorder to him.
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
You're my first young target. No.
Nice.
I'm just curious what he's doing in the background. I would like to know.
Yeah, you can do that. The other thing I will also point out, Cade. So Gabe, would you have photos of your family members at all? So like your kids, your wife or ex-wife?
I'll say the pictures he has with his ex-wife are when they were like teenagers or younger, so like when they're kids. Because to him, that's at least like, oh well, we were friends back then. So that has not like but like anything insinuating anything more than that, or like family pictures that involve them like romantic, he took that off.
There are some pictures of your wife back when you were teenagers. There are pictures of your kids as they've been aging, I'm assuming. And Sage, could you again, just since I wasn't recording it, specify where you placed the bug?
The coat, his coat.
Okay, so the bug in his coat. All right. Is there anything else, just out of curiosity, of interest around your house that might be of interest to Cade at all, or even maybe even learn a little bit about you and your family?
So to generate to like what the house has, because I have an equipment. The house is a house space 0, so but I have a living space, a workshop, a library, and how his library works is that instead of having an actual library, his house just has like books scattered across, almost as if the whole house is like a mini library, and he just remembers where everything is.
Since there's a lot of photos that Cade could presume are of your kids, is there any photos or anything in this house that would indicate that this other girl is or was your wife at
all? I'll say those are more towards like his kids' rooms.
Okay.
So like if there's anything he's kept, it's probably things that he thinks are really sentimental.
Okay.
And he's like, I can't take this, despite the fact that what's happened, I can't really take this down. This is a big moment.
Okay.
So if you were to look in like, because those 2 bedrooms out on the far side that are on the far side for him are his kids' rooms.
Okay.
They don't go in there much, but they're his.
Okay.
I would just observe his house and kind of walk around and see these cool things. I'm not a great reader. I had to teach myself to read, but I would attempt to like read these titles, but it takes me a bit of time, and probably most of them would be above my head.
Well, here's the thing: is they're either a mixture of like cool fantasy stuff or like like magic or like magic manuals. So it's like, wow, we have something of how the VR technology is built, and oh, here's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'd probably gravitate towards the younger, more teenage fantasy books. That's probably where I would end up.
Sure. You can explore the house. You'll be able to see at least photos of presumably his family. Whether you're curious about it or not, I leave that up to you.
Definitely would be. I'd still continue the invasive streak and just kind of poking my nose where, without asking too much.
No problem. Gabe will eventually come back with the groceries from your grocery list. At some point, you presumably will share a meal together. Maybe.
I'm going to attempt to cook these apple dumplings for the first time.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. What would be constitute as like a cooking skill check?
It's an intelligence skill.
Intelligence cooking?
Yes, and it'd be expertise if you have it, which I do not believe you do.
Oh.
Sure.
I could help out because I think with eidetic memory, hold on, let me look at this.
I definitely wouldn't want you to.
Yeah. Because I think I can do certain checks without having it, because it just means I have the trivia for it. So if you don't, he'd be like, do you need help?
I'd be keeping the recipe really secret.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll your skill check.
I got a 13.
Okay. So these apple dumplings in general, I wouldn't say that they're necessarily super hard to make, but to get them probably at the quality that the apple do's do it, 13 is probably not going to get it to that level, but certainly it's going to be something edible, and something tasty. So Gabe, the kitchen will definitely exude this very inviting aroma of sweet, spicy. It's starting to feel like the kids are at home and your wife was helping them bake cookies. It sort of gives that really inviting, comforting feeling at the house that you haven't felt in a very long time. And Cade, the recipe that you're making, you can tell that Janice spent a lot of time on this recipe. She didn't just say crack the eggs, then separate. Like, she was very particular about, be careful of doing this, and in order to make sure that the pastry is puffed just right, and to make sure you roll the layers correctly, and the butter needs to be yay big. Like, she's very detailed with her handwriting. So fortunately, her handwriting is very neat. And her recipe, because of that, is very easy to follow. And you believe you did a decent job to come up with something that probably resembles, but you figure you just need a little bit more practice.
Mm-hmm. I have a mixed feeling of like pride in having created something and just disappointment that it fell short of Janice, and it just made me miss her.
If you were to bite into it or taste it, it just, I don't know, it just brings you back to to a time where you were just content. You've had a lot of really rough things in your childhood, especially in your life, but if there was ever a moment where you just felt at peace or at ease or content, it sort of brings you back to that moment. Out of character, if you were to succeed in making these things in the future, it would have given you like a temporary morale bonus for like a certain amount of time, just because it is a special treat. But for right now, it's just normal, but it's still tasty. So
I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but the good memory would be of my Khajiit crush.
Okay. Sure.
Viridian.
Well, then,
Viridian, yes.
That's right.
But Gabe kind of goes, "Wow, that smells really nice. Where'd you learn how to cook that?
What was that?
Where'd you learn how to cook that?"
Oh, just picked it up here and there. But you can have some if you want.
Well, thank you. Do you want some angel nectar? And he kind of pulls up like a bottle.
1 second. I will try it.
Out of character, is this alcoholic or is this not?
No, he doesn't like alcohol. What it is, it's more like a very sweet soda, and like it's sparkly, it's meant to just look at it and you're like, wow, that's gonna cause cavity.
Okay. It's diabetes in a bottle. It's diabetes in a bottle.
Oh yeah.
Kate will take a sip and kind of be like, it's kind of gross, and just kind of start pouring it out in the sink.
That's really expensive. Alright, okay. Like I said, he just kind of sits down and he eats and he goes, "Well, someone is actually using the kitchen. It's been a long time since someone's actually really used the kitchen."
Yeah, I think I want to perfect these. I want to keep making these apple dumplings until I can nail it. You know what I mean?
Well, if this is not nailing it, then...
Oh, trust me, it's not. If you try Janice's, blow your mind.
Oh, Janice? Who's that?
Oh, she's just like this really good person that I've recently met. Just one of those like good people, You have the just garbage people, and then you have the hers, and there's far too few hers. So I don't know.
He kind of just nods. And like I said, he just sits down and eats he's probably not going to really talk too much unless you specifically ask him any questions or try to pry.
Yeah, if you eat it, I'll kind of like be surprised that you're eating so much. Kind of take me aback and make me a little bit more proud of the work I just did.
All right.
Okay. And with that, I think we can end the scene there. So the next morning rolls around, and Gabe, because you're a developer of the game, you probably want to get to the convention early, at least as soon as it opens. And so the community center has been, completely transformed to allow for this convention. There are people already like in line to get in. They got their tickets reserved. They've got, their passes around their necks. A whole bunch of people are in cosplay, like cosplaying their playable characters. And a lot of people like are looking on their phones to like check their schedules and stuff and look at all the neat stuff things that they're going to have. So when Gabe you arrive at the convention, you're going to notice that there's this group of protesters like outside of the center essentially protesting the game and the technology. And one of the protesters at the head, who actually is speaking at the moment, is someone that you have heard of in the past. This is Janica, who is an activist who has been very vocal about her opinions of the VR technology. And, you know, she's sort of like at the front right now, and she's sort of like just yelling out to the crowd, you know, saying, "Citizens of Arcadia, VR technology is ruining our society. It has become an obsession to the general public. People are so plugged in to countless hours in this virtual imaginary playground that they are plugged out of what is happening in the real world all around them. Crime is at a high, poverty and hunger runs rampant in the streets. I understand that escapism is important and sometimes vital for the psyche, but ladies and gentlemen, moderation is the key. Pouring countless hours into this technology is indulgent and irresponsible." And so you're sort of like passing by, like while this is happening, Gabe and Cade. Do you just continue where you're going, mind your business? Do you engage in any way? Up to both of you actually.
He would just leave it be. He's like, yeah, like I said, he just kind of saying like, yeah, it's fine. That's as long as they don't try anything his way, he's just gonna leave them be.
Okay, you'll leave them be, but you'll actually see one of the con like players actually take a empty bottle, like a glass empty bottle, and just chucks it at like one of the protesters, and it actually hits, you know, somebody on the head, and you hear a yelp of pain, and you know there's like a gasp of people are reacting, and Janica, she doesn't like yell out to the person, but she just like looks at him like disapprovingly, and other people are like, call an ambulance or blah blah blah.
So I'm gonna kind of just like, I don't know if there's like security guard. I'm gonna look at a security guard, kind of like, okay, like take that, and he's gonna go there. And I'm not sure if they're gonna let him close by because Gabe has healing hands.
To the person, to the protester who got hit. Okay.
Yeah. He's letting the security deal with the guy who threw the bottle because that's it. So he's gonna go to the protester, and I think what healing is, I have to roll over a 10, over a DC of 10.
Sure, that's fine.
Let me look. Oh no, I'm looking at Odin's stats. Hold on. Odin does not have healing. And it's just a 10, so it just meets and beats, so it just heals 1.
Okay.
So
sure.
It is. So I just use my divine healing as an Astamar to just like touch. I imagine either I touch his hand or touch his head, and I just hold it, and I just do it bare minimum, but probably enough.
There was a bit of a bump that was forming on the person's head, but after you did that, it does recede to the point where it's not noticeable. And the person says, "Thank you. Did you see who threw that? I'm telling you, like the people at these conventions, they can be very violent."
It's not the people. That's not the people at the convention. It's just people in general. Don't worry. I sent security after the person.
Security. So you're affiliated with this convention then?
Yes, I'm Gabriel Stoll.
You hold out your hand, but he sort of like backs away a little bit nervously. Even though that you healed him, he sort of like backs away, and it gets really awkward all of a sudden.
Well, I do hope you guys have a great day. I'm terribly sorry about what just happened, but you all have a great day. And he kind of just walks away.
You walk away, and the protesters again, are still like just trying to make sure this guy is okay and all right. So they're a little bit more concerned about that than you personally. And I would say, unless Cade says anything himself, the person who threw the bottle at them, like, you can kind of hear them snickering a little bit amongst themselves as you pass by.
As for Cade, as all this is happening, I would whisper to Bossman, Gabe. I would just be like, she must have a really nice life if she's able to say that spending time here is better than spending time in the game. And with the distraction that this all caused, I will take 25 on my stealth to just kind of move through the crowd, and I want to go buy a mask.
Okay.
Keeping what Janice has in mind, I want to put on a mask so nobody recognizes me.
That's a good,
okay.
That's a very smart thing to do. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you can find one.
Okay. And I'll probably just steal it, honestly. Instead of buying it, I'd probably just pickpocket it.
With the 25, you'll be able to do that. Like somebody, it was probably somebody's like cosplay mask or something. I don't know.
Do you come back with a mask?
Yeah, I'd come back.
He comes back with a mask.
So I would say what I said to you, and then I would disappear for a few minutes, and then I'd be right back by your side.
Right.
Kind of
Where'd
like
he go?
magically appear.
Gabe's about to be like, where did you know what? I don't want to know. I don't get, even with my raise, I don't get paid enough.
There's this like thought bubble. I just like this thought bubble that appears, and you just see like the CEO go, Mr. Stoll, you didn't even have him for 24 hours and you already lost the serial killer. that's what's in your head.
And when you kind of say the thing where like, oh, she must have a good life, he goes, well, like I said, they're just worried. This happens when anything new technology comes out. Everyone's worried. They don't understand it. It's not their fault. Most of them are just worried about people. Once they fully understand it and see it for themselves, that most of them will see that this is normal technology.
Whatever you say.
And just go in. And see anything else happens.
Yeah. You'll go in, and meanwhile, while this is happening, so Forrest and Ave, you are already at the convention. You got there pretty early, one of the first people who got in. And you see that as you're passing by the main area, there's already a good line of people who are trying to see if they can get an autograph signed by some of the famous voice actors for the game. Now, Ave, just to be clear, you're not credited for any of your stuff at all. And right now, you can see all of these kids who are super excited because, they get to have their autographs of the famous voice actors known as Mark Meer and Jennifer Haley. For all of you Mass Effect fans, that probably is... You can probably see the nod there. But anyway, so I think that... Ave, you are with Forrest at the moment, as I said. Do you react in any way? You don't have to, but I was wondering.
He notices it, looks at it a little bit. You see, Forrest would notice that it kind of annoys him a little bit. The fact that other people are like stealing his jam. But he doesn't really react to it in any other way. He just,
Okay.
lives with it.
In that case, as you all are, just looking around, some people are taking photos of each other in their cosplay. You hear a familiar voice, Ave, call out to you and say, "Hey, Ave, bro! Over here, over here!"
It's probably Thomas, right?
Yeah, it's
He just
Thomas.
gonna
Oh, man.
he's gonna grab Forrest, just pull him.
Oh.
Just pull him to Thomas. We're going with you.
Okay.
Hey, Thomas, how
I
you
gotta
doing?
arrange hi.
Hey, man! He says, and right now Thomas is actually dressed up in his avatar in the game, which is Homeboy. So he is dressed up as Homeboy right now. Are you dressed up in anything special by any chance? Either of you? You don't have to be. No, you're just your normal clothes. Okay.
I would probably be in concert attire, but that's just about it.
So Thomas Luckfoot is his name. He goes up to you and he like gives you a high five. And he says, "Hey, Ave, what do you think? This convention is awesome, right? Look at all the people. I actually didn't think they would fit so many people in this tiny community center."
I know, right? Sick costume, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You look awesome.
I spent a lot of time on it, just getting all the pieces together. Hey, who's your date? He says.
Why does everybody keep thinking that
I don't know.
oh, this is a friend? You know, that like we are? Are we dating, Thomas? Do you have to say something?
I don't know. You never asked me.
Yeah, we're friends. We're friends, right?
No, never mind. This is
Are we not friends?
Forrest. We are friends. Yeah, of course we're friends.
Okay.
So, Forrest, Thomas, Forrest. Forrest is leading the orchestra here right now. You know, fancy, right?
Whoa! Wait! I think I saw that in the schedule. You're gonna be playing, and he's gonna list a whole bunch of songs that like is familiar. Whoa! Is it true?
Not playing, but I'll be leading the orchestra who will be playing.
Oh man, that's awesome! Oh, that's gonna be so cool to hear.
There's gotta be a bagpipe kit. By the way.
No way! A bagpipe!
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's gonna be so tight!
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Oh, dude, that's amazing! So, he turns to Forrest. So, how long have you been playing the game for? Like, maybe for at least, 5 years? 6 years?
I think it's a month or two at this point.
Oh, he looks very surprised by that.
And it's
Wow,
kind of been
all
off
right.
and on, so I've just been really busy, and it's a fun game. I just haven't had a lot of time, you know. Been busy with this.
It's all right, man. It's all right. I mean, if you're new to the game, I'm always happy to show some of the new people around. So just hit me up. My handle is Honeboy. This is my costume.
Cool.
These are really
I'm yellow.
awesome power. You can like swap people's perception and kind of
People's
stuff.
perception.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It can be really useful. People don't think so, but it really can.
Of course it is.
Well,
Super useful.
I play like an assassin sort of character, like a yellow. Yellow is what their name is.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I think I
met.
met you.
we did.
You're the yellow chick?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. What a small world. That's amazing. You did the little cool flips and stuff, I think.
Oh well, my character
You-
did them, but yeah.
You know each other?
Oh, I mean, just in the game.
Yeah,
we were
one
on
of
this
our-
ship.
First missions.
Oh,
together.
the ship raids. Wait, you
Yeah.
were on the ship?
And then there were these
were on
bogus
the ship?
bug people that showed up and
Mhm.
started. And then there was this, like, orthodontist chick or something. And I don't know. It was an awesome time, though.
Yeah.
And there was
Great.
also this big happy face.
Mm-hmm. It was weird.
Oh, gee.
It was like this guy with a shining armor, just teleporting around the entire room. He's really badass.
Yeah,
Really
add me to your friends list. We should totally continue playing. Unless we already traded friends before. I don't remember. It's been a
I know
while.
we did. It has been a while.
Right. Okay. Well,
We should totally hang out, every one of us together sometime. That would be great.
Well, maybe we'll get that chance.
so, Ave, what do you want to scope out first?
Well, you know, Thomas, I know you're kind of a prankster, right? You're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
You see those voice actors over there?
Oh
They're
yeah.
totally stealing my gem.
Dude, I think it's
Do
still
something
pretty.
about that.
It's pretty lame that you're doing all this work for them, for the company, and like you're not exactly being recognized for it. Yeah.
Yeah, at least I'm
You
getting
asked-
paid.
You know, it's like the work itself is a reward enough.
Yeah, but I mean, you still gotta like put food on the table. Like take my family business with with the dry pies, the rye pies. And then he's gonna start singing the song. They're singing the song, like
Dry
giving it the
rye
dance.
Mhm.
Dry rye pie, rye pie.
I remember that.
He's
Yes.
open with it. Amazing.
Wow. Very long time ago.
That still amazes me. That the entire family is just like one big boys band.
Oh, I mean, we just kind of
All bakers, really.
fool around a bit with that kind of stuff. But anyway, tell me about what you want to do. What do you want to do with
Yeah, no man. You have any good ideas? You're better than this than I am. I might be able to throw my voice around a little bit, do some strange stuff, maybe let them see something that they didn't see at all. But in this entire big room, no one would notice it, right? Maybe that
Maybe.
regard. Or I could just, call some animals and they listen to me sometimes.
There's a lot of people around. That's the only
Mhm.
thing. We have to be really discreet. What do you think? He says, turning to Forrest.
Huh? Oh. Discreet.
Yeah, if we were to like play a trick on them.
I don't really do discreet. I guess I could be a distraction. I'm not sure if that's something we could really do.
It depends on what we're gonna do. If he wants the attention to be on the voice actors, then maybe a distraction is not that helpful. But, I don't know.
I'm afraid I just can't do a lot here. Maybe. I don't know.
If you got any ideas, then sure. I'm kind of racking my brain on here, because normally when we play tricks, it's not in a big convention like this.
Yeah,
Again, with a lot of people.
That's what makes it a bigger challenge, no?
I just don't want anybody to get hurt, I mean, I don't expect you guys to hurt anybody with your tricks. But
Oh, we're not gonna hurt anyone. We're just messing with them a little bit.
Okay.
Right. Maybe you wait until there's like a question answer, like Q&A or something. Then maybe I can interject some strange answers.
Like your mom. Or
Sure.
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or-
the greatest one, your mom.
What exactly do you want me to do, though? Like, your voice... If you're throwing your voice, what should I do then?
You could probably make up a very fun question that I could do something with.
Like what? Like, I don't know. If I actually were to talk to them, I'd probably ask them something like, what was your favorite character to voice? Or, how did you get started? Or, I don't know. What could I ask that's interesting? Or would set up anything?
That's a work in progress. Let's think about it for a while.
Maybe by the end of the convention, we'll think of something. I
Yeah.
have a lot of ideas.
Kind of throw my voice. It's not my voice, though. Well, I can kind of make music. I mean, anyone can do that, but I do it in a really weird way. And I can, I'll like one of the pieces we're doing today just starts gently playing around the area. Only you two can hear it, but
Oh, that's cool. That's really neat.
If that can be helpful, I don't think it can be, but
Maybe you could stick one of those really, really annoying songs in their heads, like that one song when people keep when you get like Mick-rolled. Maybe you can Mick-roll him.
That's a great idea. That's
And then
Sounds sucks.
when they start to talk, when they start to talk and say, what's going on, you can throw your voice, Ave, and make it sound like other people in the audience are also Mick-rolling him too. I don't know, I'm just thinking.
I like this idea.
Alright.
Let's stick with that one.
He's gonna put his hand in the middle and says, alright. And then you're gonna put your hand in. It's Forrest. Are you gonna put your hand, or you're just gonna leave him hanging?
Sure.
Alright. And break.
Yeah.
Go, team, go. But discreetly.
Maybe we shouldn't have done that if we were doing it discreet. Crap.
Right.
Let's go.
Is anybody looking at us?
I don't think anyone's paying too much attention to you. They're all still distracted by other things. Like, this is the beginning of the convention. Everybody's, like, just paying attention to stuff that they're interested in, not what you three of you are doing. Okay, so set this up. Like, this is your idea, Joey. So what are you all doing? How are you positioning yourselves?
So we're like waiting for Q&A or something like that. Sometimes it really puts them in the spotlight.
Yeah. Let's say that there's a pause in the autograph signing, and there might be like a small podium, and we'll say that Mark Muir goes up there and he just starts doing some sort of QA session, I guess.
Yeah. So every time someone asks a question, I'm just gonna try to give a sign to Forrest to just play the music at those points. So he's distracted with the question and he's like stumbling around the questions.
Yeah. So cool. So are you gonna do it then for us? Or are you gonna play this song?
Sure, it's harmless.
So you'll play this song in Mark Muir's head, and he's just gonna look really distracted, and he's like, where's that music coming from? And the facilitator will have told the next person to ask their question, and they start to ask their question, but then before they have a chance to ask their question, we'll say like Ave speaks for them, and their question ends up having, Mr. Muir, are you ever gonna give you up? Are you gonna ever let me down? Are you gonna go around and hurt you? Is what he says. Instead. And the person who's on the microphone is like looking really confused and stunned. Is like, wait, did I say that? I didn't say that.
I'm just like Muir just whispering it around here.
Yeah, a lot of people in the audience are starting to laugh, and because presumably they're starting to hear the music too a little bit in their heads. And Mark Muir, he's just not really sure what to do in this situation. He looks a little like lost, and I'll say that at this point, Gabe and Cade are passing by and just witnessing this sudden like debacle of a Q&A session.
Personally, I wouldn't do much seeing this debacle. I would just kind of observe quietly in the background.
I
think Gabe would know Thomas and Ave are.
He might not know about Forrest, although he heard thank you in Forrest's head, but his first head's not going to be like, oh, Forrest. Although, so question, does A pull pranks at work? Just curious.
Sometimes. Mostly, yeah, with Thomas.
Harmless. I'm assuming they're harmless.
Harmless.
Yeah,
I assume it's on the same vein as throwing your voice and sounding like someone else.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hold on. I'm just gonna scan the crowd. Do I see a Kenku friend?
I would say you do. I would say.
Yeah, he's not stealthy.
And you see the Kenku friend and his Dragonborn friend and this rabbit-looking friend.
And like I said, I assume you guys are in a certain quarter.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I said, he just walks up, and like I said, I think like I said, he met Forrest before.
Yes, you have.
Yes, but he remembers it as a different name.
This is after the bar scene, isn't it?
Yeah, it's after.
Yeah, but you didn't. I don't think you ever told him name. You just said, "Oh, hey, Angel guy." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" So we didn't actually use formal names.
I thought I did, but maybe I didn't.
I think you used names with Joe with Jack in it.
With Jack maybe.
Yeah, but
I know I did
really
them
matter.
for sure.
But he goes, I'm trying to make a viral sensation.
This is the first time I've seen Sage or Cade in
Yeah,
quite a while.
Cade.
Yes.
Yes,
So
the
I have the
first
mask
time.
on. I rolled to
true.
see if I remembered. The Gold Dragonborn. I
for
rolled
us.
a 9 on intelligence.
Okay.
So
I think with a 9, there is something familiar about this other person. You kind of feel like you know them from somewhere, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
okay.
Something about
And
this.
with the mask on, would I recognize him?
I
or
would say no. I mean, you can roll. Let me just see what you get.
It's a cat
It would be
mask.
pretty high.
Perception.
Yeah, he's trying to not be recognized, so you would.
Oh,
no.
wow.
No, I
Oh
would
no,
say,
I was looking at a different. Sorry, my thing was
Yeah.
scrolled up and it was on Abe's 22.
Oh no.
It's 8.
With that mask especially, you don't recognize Cade yet.
Good.
So you see the masked figure's like head tilt towards you, and then you just hear the voice.
Just so I know, like Sage, just make up what the mask looks
It's
like.
a cat mask.
Oh, cat mask.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like one of those like Asian cat masks with the red
Nice.
streak, the white one, yeah. And you have pretty gold skills.
Thanks. Who's this, Gabriel?
And he kind of goes,
The name's Kevin. Pleasure to meet you.
yeah. And he is part of the new beta testing division. You know, he's been assigned to the squad. Like, so he's saying assigned to make it clear. If anything finds out he's not the one that chose this decision, you'd be like, "There's a serial killer there," but hey, I didn't choose the serial killer.
All right, Kevin. Thanks. I take good care of my scales.
Why? I don't know. They bring
Would
me
it be-
somewhere. They take me somewhere. What?
Would it be noticeable if there's like a little bit of tension? Would we see discomfort with rest?
If anyone wants to notice, roll up. I would say perception. I don't know if there's an insight. I don't know if there's a version of insight in this game.
Yeah,
there
there
is.
is.
I believe it's just.
I would say insight then.
I did roll a deception, and I got a 13.
Okay, so
What?
you would have to. Okay.
What would
There
I
you
need to
go.
roll to be like trying to hide it? Would also be kind of like deception. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I would say
rest-
deception too.
Oh no. So, I'll say, Ave, you've kind of spent enough time around Forest to know that they're not very, they're not very socially adept, and they feel extremely uncomfortable in almost every situation. And there's definitely some sort of like complex or problem there that you're not quite sure of. But this does appear to be something a little bit more like discomforting, as in like, why do they know me, or why are they taking interest in me? There's definitely that was a 10. That was double. So no, that'd be 3 degrees of failure. So yeah, there's just extreme discomfort at being recognized, or at least brought into the spotlight, which you think would be very odd for a director of a.
What's your name?
Forest. It's Forest.
Nice to meet you, Forrest. And yours? Kind of looking over towards
Eve. You are Kevin?
Kevin. That's right.
Great. Nice to meet you, Kevin.
Nice to meet you too, babe.
There's something
Are
that he's gonna do, but I'm gonna wait for Hart for that specific.
okay. Are you also? Is he also your boss? Pointing towards Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're co-workers.
Oh. What's your division?
brand new. Not exactly sure where they're going to put me, but I imagine systems testing.
Sounds pretty.
I have a knack for breaking through systems, so I think they're
Interesting.
wanting me for that reason.
Right, all right. Hark.
Yes, I'm sorry.
While they were conversing, I'm gonna try to signal Thomas to try to take the microphone.
To take the microphone?
From the question and answer.
Oh, and do what? What did you want him to do exactly with the microphone?
Trying to get it to me, because I'm not really good at it. Maybe Thomas is better at it, so I'm gonna just try to signal a little bit. Try to take that mic, give it to me.
That people are trying to ask questions with?
Yeah.
Or oh, okay. Like stealthily? Or just because it's you wanted to ask a question?
Stealthily, if he can, but he doesn't have to, because it's like, yeah.
So, well, if you ask him to do that, he'll say, well, bro, everybody's sort of like looking, you know, because of the prank that we pulled, and I don't know if I can just go up to that mic and just take it without anyone noticing.
Doesn't matter, don't forget, just...
Oh, all right. So there's still some confusion, and, you know, Thomas is just going to, you know, mosey on over, shuffle, and then he's just gonna yoink the microphone and then just make his way over. And the facilitator just says, wait, mister, we need that microphone. And he doesn't respond, but he's just gonna run over and he's just gonna, like, chuck it, just gonna toss it to you.
So meanwhile, the rest is in conversation. And as soon as I get a mic, I just instantly change voice to the announcer. And now, for a very special question from Mr. Gabriel Stoll himself. I'm just giving the mic to Gabriel, and I'm taking Forrest, and I'm just grabbing him and taking Thomas and just trying to book it.
The crowd. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, you take the mic, Gabe. What do you do? Suddenly all eyes are on you.
Well, hello there, everyone. Surprise! I came in through a different entrance. Now, voice actors, I was very curious. What was your favorite scene to work on, or scenarios to work on when voicing the game?
I'm going to say Jennifer Haley. She's going to respond. She says, actually, she says, I really appreciate those quieter scenes when you're actually able to connect with specific characters that you meet. I know that it's not for everyone, but a lot of people, they enjoy the romantic aspects of some of these role-playing games, and I have to admit it's a guilty pleasure of mine too. So being able to bring these characters to life and have them form those types of deep connections with the player, I think is very fulfilling. So I think Thomas, because out of character, Hark doesn't know what the context of this all was. So Thomas is like, so what are we trying to do now? What's
just
going
trying
on?
to get mainly Forrest out of the group. Just to get a little bit of distance between Forrest and Kate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just waving to Kate, like goodbye wave, but he can follow it. It's not trying to be stealthily. As soon as there's a little bit of distance, I'm just gonna go. Hey, look towards Forrest. Everything all right? You're really nervous.
No, everything's fine. I just don't like people.
Right, sorry that we dragged you into this mess then.
No, it's fine. I love doing my work, so I just have a hard time sometimes interacting with others.
Yeah.
I recognize that. I don't.
I probably misnoticed, but you know, it looked like some strange direction between you and that Kevin guy. If you want, I'll go talk with him and give you some space. But
I just don't know. It feels weird. He's looking at me consistently. And
he's still looking at you.
Is he still looking at me?
I think if you guys decided to leave, he wouldn't follow or anything.
It's like I just pulled him a little bit away, just to make
Okay.
sure that it's private. What
I would be in between watching Gabe and looking back at Forrest every now and again.
I don't know. I just feel weirded out a little bit. Maybe it's just me. I shouldn't be worried too much about it. People look at me all the time. I'm important now, I guess. So.
Right. I think I understand right now.
Huh?
You need a drink.
Yeah.
You're just nervous
water,
with people.
please.
It's getting the better of you. Just grab a drink. It'll be fine. And just looking towards Tom. Thomas, can you go grab a something strong?
Oh,
Strong?
yeah.
Mhm.
Strong, sure.
Yeah.
I think there's the place over there that might have a beer or something.
I need
Yeah.
to perform. So maybe not alcohol.
Well, but the concert's not until later tonight.
Yeah.
Later this evening.
Hmm.
Well, I just I want to keep a clear head, you know, and I just don't want any. I mean, thank
Just-
you, but
Just
if
one.
you want to get
Just-
water, that's fine.
All right, we can do that.
And you can see it's kind of compounding down into like hunched shoulders, nervously wringing talons, and
So, not that it's any of my business, but I guess I kind of understand the idea of not wanting to be around a lot of people. Is that why what you're uncomfortable about is just being around a lot of crowds?
it's a lot of noise. Yeah.
So, you want to know about a lot of noise? So, you want to know how many siblings I have? He says, I grew up in a huge family, so there's noise at my place everywhere. And I get it. Sometimes you just want some you time. You know, for once you just don't want to be you just don't want to be elbow to elbow to all these other people in your household that you see every single day, and it can kind of drive you crazy. So I totally get it, man. I get it.
I think it's a little different from that, but thanks for trying to understand.